Hey people, welcome to Mentoring Sessions with Pastor M. I know it's been a while, but hey, we're back, and that's what's really important. So today, I know that Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so I've brought you something that I think will be helpful for you in the season. Today on Mentoring Sessions, we'll be talking about 10 commandments of Valentine's Day. 10 commandments of Valentine's Day. Now, I'm not sure you're going to find this in any book because I just came up with these myself. But I think that there are 10 things that you need to pay attention to. And trust me, they will help you, especially if you're a young lady who's trying to find love and happiness and a happy ever after. I think that you need to pay attention to these things. So we'll get right into it and we'll start with number one. Number one commandment of Valentine's Day is, thou shalt not be pressured. I'll say that again, and this time slower. Thou shalt not be pressured. What am I saying to you? Please do not allow yourself to be pressured. I used to think that peer pressure was a problem for only teenagers or young adolescents. No, it affects every single human being. Once you think that you have people who are your peers and they're doing things a certain way or acting a certain way, and you find that, well, you may want to act a bit different, it just seems that there's a lot of pressure on you. And that happens a lot on Valentine's Day. Listen, do not mind all those entrepreneurs, all those business owners who are making Valentine's Day a business. That's what it is, a business. So don't get drawn into the whole razzmatazz of I have to do this, I have to wear red. Hey, if I was allowing myself to get pressured, I would be doing this video in red and not in black. But I overcame the pressure, and so I know you too can. But that's just one of the things they pressure you on. Pressure you on, you must have a date, you must go out with someone, that day you can't stay at home. Oh, how can you be alone on that day? There's absolutely nothing wrong with being alone on Valentine's Day. Nothing. And if you do want to do something on that day, do something that makes you happy, not just because everyone is doing it. A couple of years ago, I met this phenomenal young girl. She was a young lady who I found out had HIV. And so I asked her story. What happened? Was it a medical mistake? Was it a mistake, a sexual mistake? What was it? And she said she had this interesting story and she shared with me, and I want to share it with you, just so you can know the power of pressure and how you should avoid it. So she had made this promise to herself that she was going to stay virgin until she got married. By the time she got to her third year in school, her friends were all dating guys and they were having sex. And then they started putting pressure on her. How can you be alone on Valentine's Day? What kind of girl are you? Are you not sharp? Are you a learner? All kinds of things were flying all over her head. And so she decided to allow herself get sucked into it. And there's this guy who had been on her case for a while. He was 2 years ahead of her in school. And then she decided to start a relationship with him. The relationship started, and then they planned to have sex on Valentine's Day. Not because she wanted to, but every single friend she had was having sex, and they were calling her a child. What's wrong with you? You're in your second year in university. How can you still be a virgin? What's wrong with you? And so she decided to do it on Valentine's Day. So she got ready, dressed up, was a whole romantic thing. She had sex with the guy and absolutely hated it. And so ended the relationship and moved on with her life. A few months after, she started falling ill. They tried everything, did all kinds of tests, and eventually found out she was HIV positive. And she reached out to this guy, and of course, the guy knew he was HIV positive as well. Just once. One sexual encounter, changed the course of her life. So pressure isn't worth it. It's just Valentine's Day. It's not a do or die affair. If you don't have a date, stay at home. Have fun with yourself. It's absolutely fine. So first commandment, don't allow yourself to be pressured. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. Number two commandment, or let me say the second commandment of Valentine's Day, thou shalt not give the wrong gift. And no, this time I'm not really talking about getting the right kind of perfume for the right guy or cake or whatever. No, I'm talking about making sure that your gift is the right kind of gift for the person that you're with. Let me explain that a little further so that you'll know exactly what's in my mind, because I know you don't read minds. Now, I know that this Valentine's season, a lot of guys are planning the designer handbags, the designer perfumes, the right kind of cake, candy. They're planning all the boxes. On the flip side, a lot of young girls are planning what sexy underwear they will wear so they'll present themselves as a gift. Now, you need to be wise. A physical gift and your body are just not the same thing. If a guy gives you a physical gift, my darling, please go to a supermarket and get him a physical gift. Do not allow yourself to begin to think that the only thing you have to offer a man is your body. Your body is precious. The Bible says, for Christians, the Bible tells us that our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit. That's where God resides. The body doesn't belong to you. If you give a gift that is not yours, you're a thief. And that's exactly what most of us are doing. We're giving out what doesn't belong to us. Listen, if a guy gives you a designer bag, how about trying to get him a briefcase or a pair of nice shoes? If he gives you a wristwatch, maybe a belt. But do not think that you will wrap yourself up in nice underwear, lingerie, and plan how you are going to present yourself as a gift. If a guy buys you a bottle of perfume and it falls on the floor, it shatters, it's broken, it can be replaced. But if you hand your body to a man and your heart, and he treats it badly and he drops you and you're broken and shattered, trust me, even if we're able to piece you back together, it's never really the same. So please be wise in your choice of gift this Valentine's Day. You do not have to give a man your body just because he gave you a gift. Third commandment, thou shalt not compare yourself with others. Listen, the Bible is very clear on the fact that if we compare ourselves among ourselves, we are not wise. It doesn't make any sense. One, our destinies are different. Two, our faces are different. Our lives are different. Our paths are different. So it makes absolutely no sense. In fact, it's foolishness for you to compare yourself with someone else. And this has made a lot of young girls lose amazing men just because they're comparing them with their friends' boyfriends. Do you know that just because a guy buys your friend a designer bag that is worth $1,000 or $2,000 does not mean that he's generous? That guy may actually be a billionaire in dollars. But your boyfriend bought you a bag that is worth $100 and he had to save up for months just to buy you that. Do you know that the one who bought you a bag that is $100 is much more generous than the one who's a billionaire and bought his girlfriend a bag of $2,000? Don't stop, just stop it. Stop comparing. There's some really good men who cannot afford to give you all you want right now, but someday they will be able to. When I met my husband, he couldn't afford to do anything for me. And I was okay with that because I knew that we had a future together. And I knew that he was a good man. And I knew he was generous. And that it was only a matter of time. And today, I made the right choice. I believe I did. And so if you would just wait it out and stop comparing yourself with your friends. And you know, sometimes it really is sad when I see people compare themselves to celebrities on social media. And you go ahead and say, God, when? God, when? God, when what? When what exactly? You are rude, very rude. For you to think that you have to advise God on you. People even go as far as saying, God, am I your stepchild? Am I a stone in your house? And everybody's laughing. I think it's very disrespectful. I don't think it's funny at all. God is watching over you. He knows the plan he has for your life. He knows who should be in your life. But because you're seeing celebrities who are living fake lives, a lot of them are depressed. The only time you know they're depressed is when they move further and commit suicide. And then we say, oh my God, what happened? They had such a beautiful life. No. They showed you what they wanted you to see. That's a version of them. And so if you're comparing yourself to the version that people put out there, you're going to be miserable. Your husband is doing his best. Your boyfriend is trying really hard. Forget about the ones that are buying cars and doing all kinds of things just to impress girls. If you have a good man and he can't afford it right now, stick to it. Find simple things you guys can do together. Pack a basket and go and have lunch somewhere together. Go on a picnic. If you can't travel to Dubai, then go to Ado Ekiti or something. I don't know. Just find somewhere that you guys can be happy together. Spend time together, hang out. And you don't always have to go to an expensive restaurant at every date. You don't even have to eat at every date. I can't remember. I can't remember any. No, I can't remember any such thing happening when we were dating. We couldn't afford it. But we had such a great time talking to each other. We talked so much. We talked and we became friends. We talked, then we fell in love. We talked and we grew in love. We talked until we connected beyond just material things. And now, when we have material things, it's just icing on the cake. So many people are walking around with icing and no cake just because you're comparing yourself with someone else. Yes, maybe some of these people can afford it, but can you? So don't destroy your life. The Bible says if you compare yourself among yourselves, you are not wise. Number 4, thou shalt not ignore the signs. Now there's this trend. Every time Valentine's Day is coming, we start hearing men say, Valentine's Day is coming. If she says she doesn't like your shoe, break up with her. Use that one. Then after Valentine's Day, you can make up with her. And they start coming up with all these kind of things. And there are skits everywhere. People are laughing about it. Listen, it may look funny, but that's a red flag. A man who will run away from responsibility under the guise of, oh, it's just a funny thing. Let's just find a way to escape. Just because it's Valentine's Day, he breaks up with you. Just because your birthday is coming up, he picks a fight. Imagine getting married to this person and you have real challenges. You're pregnant, you're about to have your baby, and he picks a fight. Or he knows that he has to take responsibility for something and he picks a fight. I really need you to pay attention. Don't ignore the signs. The signs are there and they're there to guide you. They're red flags. Pick up on them. Once a guy starts to act funny or starts to friend zone you all of a sudden, or he starts to ghost you, even worse, he just disappears on you and then appears after Valentine's Day. Number 1, you may not be the only person. Chances are you're not. And so he has planned himself, he's strategizing on, if I can fight with you, if you give in to that fight, then he can spend time with the other girl. But if you don't give in and he finds a way to fight with the other girl and she gives in, then he can spend time with you. So these guys are trying to plan themselves. They are running multiple girls. Listen, don't allow yourself to be drawn into that mess or that foolishness. If a guy starts acting funny around Valentine's Day, that means you cannot count on him. And that means he's not the kind of guy you want to be with anyway. So don't make a fool of yourself this Valentine's Day. Make sure you do not ignore the signs. The signs are always there. Just before Valentine's, you can actually really truly see a guy's character because they start to exhibit some certain traits around that time. If nothing changes, then thumbs up, he's the guy to be with. Commandment number 5. Thou shalt not forget that Valentine's Day is not a public holiday. The way girls plan their lives around Valentine's Day, one would think that somehow it has become a public holiday that none of us know about. Listen, it's just a day. And this year it happens to fall on a Tuesday. So it's Tuesday the 14th. And oh, by the way, there's a movie that was produced a couple of years ago called Tuesday the 14th. So you'll find it on Soul TV. The information will be here. Just, guys, you need to watch that. Honestly, if you watch that, you will know why I'm making such a big fuss about this. It's just another day. Don't shut down your life because of Valentine's Day. People are planning how they're going to lie in the office so they can get off work that day. They're planning how they'll kill their grandmother and say they're going for a burial. They're planning all kinds of things. They're praying lecturers won't show up so that they can just travel. It's a Tuesday. That's what it is. It's a regular work day. It's not even that important to become a holiday. So that should tell you something. Pay attention. It's just a regular day. Don't shut down your life for one day. And it doesn't even make any sense because if you won't shut down your life for just any other day, why? What's so special about Valentine's Day? Make sure you don't shut down. Make sure you don't throw away your life. Make sure you don't make poor decisions. Make sure you don't make mistakes at the office just so you can hurry up and get home to be with your loved one or your boyfriend or your husband. It's just another day. And if you have a truly great relationship, the truth is every day is a Valentine. Commandment number 6. Commandment number 6. thou shalt be true to yourself. Or as Shakespeare would say, to thine own self be true. Listen, I've heard the craziest stories about Valentine's Day. How girls would organize with people to buy stuff for them, or rather they will order it online, then they will send it to themselves from a secret admirer. Auntie, stop. It's not necessary. If you don't have anybody that is sending you gifts on Valentine's Day, rest. It's not really that deep, but no, we want to make a thing out of it so that you will send it to your office so everybody's going, oh, who is it? Oh my God, a secret admirer. What's that? Until you know that you went to order this thing by yourself, you wrote your name on it, you signed, you wrote a love note for yourself. How about you just write it and sign from Mildred to Mildred? It's okay. It's my money. It's my love. It's myself. I can choose to love myself with my money, and it's really okay. It's healthy, actually. But when you start lying about it, that's when there's a problem. If you don't have anyone who's sending you a gift on that day and you want to send yourself a gift, by all means, send yourself a gift, but own it with your full chest that you sent yourself a gift to celebrate yourself on Valentine's Day. There's no law anywhere that says Valentine's Day is for you to show love to other people, but not to yourself. So please, this year, thou shalt be true to thyself. Be true to yourself. It's absolutely okay to take time off and spoil yourself, to buy yourself nice things on Valentine's Day. It's okay. Like I said, it's just a day. Stop making life-altering decisions for something so inconsequential. It's not that deep, really. So if you're going to do stuff for yourself this year, don't write a fake boyfriend's name. Do it and send it and own it with your chest. Commandment number 7, thou shalt not be desperate. Yes, I said it. I'm sure you were expecting it long ago, but I said it now. Thou shalt not be desperate. I honestly have no clue why Valentine's Day is such a big deal. The things that people do, in fact, even from people in secondary school, I'm amazed at what girls will do to get a boy to be their Valentine. What's going on? Why? What's really happening inside these Valentines? Because I'm missing something, obviously. Or I'm too old school. Possibly too old. Somebody actually told me recently that I'm too old school. Maybe I am. But I don't see the point. I really don't see the point. Girls will do whatever. They will sleep with a guy, send him money, dress anyhow, visit his family, literally go there and slave away, just so that the guy can stay with them on Valentine's Day. Say, times are hard though. I don't know, the streets are rough. Why are you in the streets? Enter house. Streets are rough. Pastor M, you don't understand. Yes, auntie. It's because you are in the streets. Those of us are at home. Nothing's happening. Soft life. We're inside, is blowing us and everything is okay. Because if you don't have Valentine, you will not die. But girls are doing all kinds of things. This year, make up your mind not to be desperate. Valentine's Day is just a day. Nobody's going to die if you don't get a gift. If you really want one, they're doing all kinds of promos. Buy yourself a cake. Buy some wine. Sit down. Netflix and chill with yourself. Because they don't really swear for you. It's okay to take care of yourself. Who is angry? What's happening? If you are working hard, then take care of yourself. It's okay to spoil yourself a little. Very okay. But do not be desperate. Do not do unthinkable things just so you can have a date on that day. You know, I'm old school. So let's move on to the next one. Commandment number 8. Thou shalt be content. I'll say that again. Thou shalt be content. Whatever you have, it's okay. Apostle Paul said, I've learned how to abase and abound. I've learned how to have a lot and enjoy it. I've also learned how not to have enough and still enjoy it. It's really okay. It's okay. Whatever thing that you are given on that day, if you do have a boyfriend, be content. It buys you a pen, and it's a really cute pen. And you say, is this what your boyfriend, is this what your mates are buying? There's nobody that has mates. There's no mates anywhere. See, is this what your mates are buying? My friend, they bought my friend a car. They bought my auntie, did he work for you and you gave him salary to go and buy you something? Is it a reward for dating him? You see, what makes relationships work, and I'll tell you this, is that both of you want to be in that relationship. Both of you see that it's mutually beneficial. It's not one person, oh, I'm doing everything for him, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm having sex with him. You're not having sex with you. He says, is he the only one enjoying it? If you want to do bad thing, let's do it well. But since you want to be silly, let me be silly with you. Because the things I hear girls say these days, I'm wondering, where's the shame factor? There used to be. When we're growing up, you don't say these things outside. And I guess after everything I've done for you, you say, okay, please, what did you do for him? Because in this counseling session, I want to know. Because you are really vibrating. Why are you so mad that the guy says he's not doing again? What's wrong? After everything I did for him, what's them? I will naked myself and swear for you. You will naked yourself and cold will enter your body and you have pneumonia. The swear, causeless cannot come. You are wasting your voice and you're swearing. If there's anything like that. What did you do for him? But then this man, after everything, what did you do? Because if there's something you do, you can say it easily. What did you do? They say, I gave him everything. I gave him, that everything they are talking about is sex. It's not more than that. Because there's nothing else you are bringing to the table. There's nothing, that's why it's paining you like this. If you had obeyed God and you did not have sex with him, if you had obeyed God and you have stayed in your father's house and respected yourself, then when he breaks up with you, you say, thank God. So that as you have removed your carpet, God can bring his rug. Okay, bye-bye, sir. Thank you. It was nice knowing you. He will be going, you will be going, you'll be okay. You will not even cry nonsense cry because he's not worth it. But this one, as he's going, you feel he has gone with your dignity. He has gone with your peace of mind. He has gone with your self-esteem. He has gone with everything. Why? Because we're looking for what is bigger than us. So yes, I know that I'm that voice that is shouting every time, but I'm saying be content. It's okay. It's okay to manage whatever you have. It's okay to start small. It's really okay. It's not everybody that's going to get big gifts. If you have small gifts, you don't have gifts, rest. Nothing is wrong. Because we're making Valentine's Day seem like it's the business. It's a business. You need to understand that. It's a commercial thing. People are not selling Valentine's Day because they want to sell love. They're selling Valentine's Day so you can spend money. That's what it's about. So if your boyfriend bought her a car, or you bought your boyfriend a car, and he doesn't buy you anything, it's absolutely fine. That was your decision to make. So be content with whatever you have. Be content. And if you don't like it, then get out of the relationship. But don't be there and be wishing you were somewhere else. Don't be there and be wishing you were with someone else. Don't be there and be complaining. Be content with such things as you have, including the relationship you've chosen. Commandment number 9. Thou shalt actually show love to other people on Valentine's Day. And I will say this again, because girls, I'm afraid of you people. Hey, when they say fear women, I think so. I think so. You will find, and see, maybe because, I went to boarding school, and then university, I had roommates and everything. I saw girls in action, especially Valentine's Day. Interestingly, I think the only year I had a Valentine was my final year. And that was because I was already in a relationship. I was on my way out of school. I already was in a relationship. And it was a surprise. In fact, that day I wasn't expecting anything. I was the one person in my room who expected not to get anything. I was the only one who did. So by the next morning, all the people that had boyfriends were now singing sad love songs. Tony Braxton was playing everywhere. Celine Dion was playing everywhere in my room. And I was laughing because, you see, if you have expectation, that's when it can be cut short. If you didn't have expectation that they will value. So these girls had done all kinds of things. They bought, in fact, I had one roommate. All her money, her pocket money, she saved it. She bought boxers, she bought chocolate, she bought innerwear, she bought belts, she bought perfume, packed everything. For a guy she had been dating, we all knew this guy. She had been dating this guy. The guy did not show up that day. And in the morning, she had, how they want to, 12 midnight, they want to be the first to do Valentine. Early in the morning, she had organized herself, 12 a.m., she had packed everything, sent one of her friends, a guy friend, to help her take it to the boy. Throughout that day, we did not see Oga. These are real things. And you see the funny thing is that they keep repeating themselves because girls don't learn. She had done all that. The guy did not appear that Valentine's Day. He did not appear the next day. Meanwhile, the day before, when we were all talking about people that will have Valentine's, I was just going around and saying, thank God you have a boyfriend, I'm going to cut cake from you. You have a boyfriend, I'm going to collect cake from you. You have a boyfriend, I'm going to collect cake for you. 11:59, there was a knock on our door, and they brought cake for Mildred. That did not plan to have cake from anybody. It was not my cake that I put in the middle of the room. People that were crying and playing Tony Braxton. Oh yeah, people should be cutting cake to eat. When the guy appeared after 3 days, he came with one flimsy excuse. And in those 3 days, we have moved from Tony Braxton to comforter, Holy Spirit, you are my comforter. Oh, what's that song? I forgot it. You are my comforter. She was playing it every day. That's from there we now move to tongues. She will read the Bible. She will still like read the Bible. I say this is a serious matter. Only for Oga to now show after 4 days. Came up with one flimsy excuse, very flimsy excuse. And came with one nonsense thing that he brought like this. He shall still brought suya, all of us ate in our room as they did not buy cake on Valentine's. But I'm telling you, see, it's not worth throwing away your life and your destiny over. It's not that deep. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Valentine's Day, it has such power over women. Maybe the guy was with someone else. Who knows? I don't know. And I'm not even going to say what I don't know. But you see, throughout that period, she was so focused on the guy that she didn't even think about all the other people who were around her who loved her. She was crying. She was so heartbroken. Me, I was just, as in, it was like film for me. I said, this is how love used to be. Me, I could not be in love before like that. I was just looking at her and saying, yeah, oh. She was crying. We're telling her sorry. She now finished crying. She now started praying. She now started doing worship song. All of us have sang Tony Braxton, all those heartbreak songs. I could do some break my heart, all those things. We're following her to sing. She speaker in your room. We're following her to sing. God forgive me. But all these things will still happen today. You know why? Because we forsake all our friends. Ignore everybody. If I had gone to beg her to give me 29, she won't give me, because she was packing all her money to buy boxer for man. But see it now. So please, there are people around you. Don't plan your whole life. Valentine's Day today, I'm going to show. They say it's Lovers' Day. It means lovers, not just sexual lovers. Love. You're a love being. That's who you're supposed to be, because the love of God has been shed abroad in your heart. Take out time that day to be nice to people. You know how people be mean to everybody else, but prepare themselves to be nice to one guy that day? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And you do all these things, and the guy himself will still serve you breakfast last. So treat the people around you well. Treat the people around you nicely. I had one roommate. He brought Valentine's cake for her. In fact, I don't even know how I survived in that school affair, because I have stories. I should be writing scripts on people's lives, because throughout the 4.5 years, because of strike, 4.5 years I was in that affair, I was consistently a fly on the wall, watching everybody. I was like, they were like film to me. The way I watched girls turn to mad people because of Valentine's Day. I had a roommate who, her boyfriend, she had a boyfriend in Lagos, I believe. Where was that guy? I don't know. I think it was in Lagos. And he sent her a cake on Valentine's Day. I told you now that they sent cake to me. I put my own in the center of the room. People were cutting cake and we were moving on with our lives. Because even when the cake came, I didn't even know who it was from. It was later. Because that was the day that the guy even proposed to me. So the thing is, now I understand. I remember the story. It was that day, after that thing, in the evening when he came, he said, he wasn't that sent me cake. Everything. We moved on with our lives. This is my auntie, my dear roommate, got cake. That was the year fondant started raining. She got fondant. They did fondant heart-shaped cake with flour and everything. She brought cake. Auntie, everybody that they gave cake has cut cake. Cut your cake now. She carried cake, put it inside a cupboard, lock it. Second day, bring out cake. She kept this cake in her cupboard for 2 weeks. One day, we followed track of, you know Tambolo? You know Tambolo? If you're not Nigerian, you have to learn some of our lingua. You don't know Tambolo, you have to ask people. Soldier ants, that's what we call Tambolo. If Tambolo bites you, you will remember your ancestors. The pain is intense. It is, I don't even want to go into all, so you guys see my right side now, but man, we saw a line of Tambolo in our room, and we followed the Tambolo. It was from her cupboard. We had to jack the cupboard open, and that thing that was supposed to be a cake, ants were coming from inside. Last, we did not eat the cake. The cake could not see it away. Well, that selfishness, my love is only reserved for one person. Thou shalt love other people this year. Be kind and generous to other people. That cake, we see it away. One of my roommates was even teasing her that we were going to go and buy battery for her because the cake has turned to clock, so that she can put battery inside and put it on the wall so that we'll be looking at it. We threw it away in the end. This year, be kind to people around you. Be generous.
Don't just focus on only treating one person nice. You're going to visit your boyfriend, you buy only one sausage roll, one meat pie, one jollof rice, one chicken. He has roommates, auntie, and they are the voters committee. They are the ones that have PVC on your case. You come there and you give only him. You not think about all his friends. If you read the Bible, you see secrets there. When David came for Nabal, Abigail went to meet him. She took things for him, but she also took things for his men. Do you think that when David was thinking, should I go and marry that girl now that Nabal is? You think the other guys, they were not rooting for her? She's our choice. That girl, even if she no talk, she don't win. That's how people see you when you just focus on only this boy. People around him, you treat his family badly, you treat his siblings badly, I just love him. I'm going there on Valentine's Day. There are people in the house too. Don't say I did not tell you. Don't say I did not do anything for you. The final commandment. The last commandment. Thou shalt not forget God. I know why I didn't start with this one. Because some people that say, just start again. Everything God, God, God. Everything is God. Everything is God. Thou shalt not forget God because of Valentine's Day. Don't throw away your relationship with God. Don't be like Esau. Because of porridge, he threw away his destiny. He threw away his birthright. He threw away the blessing because of porridge. And a lot of times people will say, how can Esau do that? Hey, I can never do that. You are doing it, auntie. Valentine's Day is your own asaro. It's your porridge. That Valentine's Day. Once Valentine's Day is coming like this, you throw away everything. Everything you've ever known about God, everything Jesus has ever said to you, everything you've ever known about the word. About that one is Bible. This one, that day has to be romantic. I have to open my cleavage. I have to wear this thing. My slit has to have a slit. You're fooling yourself. Because at the end of the day, all you have is God. All you have is God. Do not allow Valentine's Day and the precious make you forget the one who truly loves you and the one who gave himself for you. The Bible says that for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. That boy that you're killing yourself over, what can he give you? And the thing he's giving you, can it lead you to eternal life? These are some questions you need to ask yourself. Whatever you do this Valentine's Day, do not forget God. He should be your goal. He should be your soul's delight. He should be your pleasure, your Lord, your everything. And if he says, you know what, this year, I don't want you to be with anybody but me, you should be okay with that. Okay, guys, I hope these 10 things help you. See you next time. God bless you. Bye, everyone.